grew up in South Florida with a lot of my cousins and everything, but we moved there when I was 5. So I remember watching TV, learning how to speak English, watching a lot of cartoons and stuff like that. You know, it's funny because one of the reasons I wanted to become an actor, move out to LA and pursue that, is because of the influence that television had on me as a kid. My brothers are both very they would all attest to being more introverted and more techie. Whereas for me, I was like, I want to be outside, I want to be playing sports, all that stuff. And I think in part it's because of like movies, Space Jam, The Mighty Ducks, The Sandlot. Those 3 movies in particular, like, not only taught me English, but taught me what it was to like have that kind of like outside playing, having sports and fun like that aspect of life that, you know, nowadays everybody's like this on their phone and stuff. And yeah, that was a big aspect of like me wanting to always be energetic and outdoors and doing stuff. But yeah, we grew up there, and I would spend summers down in Brazil. So every June, July, and August, we'd be down to visit family.
Did you guys speak Portuguese at home?
Only Portuguese, yeah. We, as like the boys, we would respond oftentimes in English, but my mom always responded, mainly my mom, would only respond in Portuguese. To this day, she only speaks in Portuguese with us. Now that Celeste is in the family, and my older brother also got married to an American, she'll speak more English just with all of us, but when it's just us, only Portuguese, yeah. And that's the way that like we've always retained it. I've always felt that I have like a bit of an accent, you know, when I speak in Portuguese, but it has more to do with the way my brain processes information. Because I was educated in the States, I think in English, you know, the way that we'll say like, oh, I had to take a class. You know, I took that class. If I translate that directly to Portuguese, it doesn't make any sense. It's say, tomei uma classe. Tomei means like I drank a class. It doesn't make any sense. So the way that you translate it directly doesn't make sense. So you have to say like, eu fiz uma classe. I did a class. So stuff like that is where it just takes a minute for my brain to kind of re-transition into Portuguese mode as opposed to like English mode.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Brazil though, like growing up, it would take me like 2 weeks to adjust, and then I'm like back into Portuguese mode. And then when I come back for school, I would almost be doing the reverse, where I'd be speaking in improper English.
So many different Latin cultures, right? In Florida.
Oh yeah.
We went to Orlando for the Pans, right? And my friend, you know, like a longtime supporter of mine, he lives in Celebration.
Oh yeah.
You know, Orlando, right? The neighborhood by the Disney World, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, they're like almost everybody, 90% or something crazy like that is like Brazilians in that town. Yeah. And it's like movie picture perfect, right? All the neighborhoods and all the lawn, just everything, the houses, right?
Yeah. I have like 2 sets of cousins that live right
that
there.
Live in Celebration, yeah.
And so it's funny because I've thought about like
we went to get breakfast, and it was like all Brazilians, the whole place, the whole like town.
I've thought about that because like Celeste didn't really know any Brazilians before me. She had met one person before, and when she started our very first date, by accident, I pulled out the Brazilian card and I started speaking Portuguese on the phone, and then she was like, what was that?
What?
You know, because I think I was like getting in an argument with my dad on the phone or something like that. And she was just like, you speak a different language? I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm Brazilian. And she was like,
what?
Yeah. She was like, what?
I think I looked at you like that too when you started speaking Portuguese to me.
I thought you were Brazilian because your Portuguese is really good.
Yeah.
And I was like, finally, someone like me, a white Brazilian like that. But your Portuguese is really good. I was very shocked to find out that you were like American and then
my accent's really good.
It's really good, but you practice a lot. That's the nice thing. You know, for me, when I speak in Portuguese, when I struggle a little bit, I find it's because of lack of practice.
Yeah.
You know, I work at the Cheesecake Factory for like that side hustle thing.
Yeah.